Guys, hi everyone, my name is Diosa. So if you are new to this channel, welcome, and please do not forget to click your notification buttons, and yeah, don't forget to click your notification button so that every time I post a video you guys will never miss a video again. Today's basically just a girly chit chat video. I realized that I hadn't done one of these in like a while, so I thought, yeah, let's just sit down and, you know, let's talk, just you and I. Let's sit down, let's talk, and let's just, you know, I just want to tell you guys, you know, what I've been getting up to. But apart from that, I just want to talk about my pregnancy journey, just my feelings and whatnot, the highs, the lows, the ups, the downs, just all of that jazz. So grab yourself a little something with a straw, because yeah, what have I been up to? As you guys know, I'm pregnant, I'm having a baby. Yeah, same old. That has been the highlight of the end of 2017 and 2018, is that I am having a baby and it's going to be a new addition to our family. I've also gone back to school. I've done the education route before, and then I was just like, nah, not really my thing, allow it. But I do think that it's important to have something to fall back on. It's all nice to follow your dreams and have everyone support you and all that jazz, and you know, just be out here doing your thing, but at the end of the day you just want something solid to your name. So yeah, I've got, my mom is like, she's not, you know, she likes everyone to be on the grind and everyone to be doing their thing. She's a very encouraging parent with whatever you want to do, really. Like I would say my sister and my mom, they're very like goal driven people, and they like, you know, for you to always be doing something, which is something that is kind of rubbing off on me. It's not always been easy because I'm a bit of a laid back person. Like, I am very laid back, and I just think like, yeah, I'm gone away with the fairies sometimes. Half of the time I'm literally gone away with the fairies. Those two special people in my life to just shake me about and be like, Mercy, you need to get on with it. My mom is very, very hardworking, so is Coco, and I'm just trying to adopt that work ethic from the both of them, to be honest, because I want to do something for myself a lot on a bigger scale than what I'm doing now. So going back to school was a very, very good idea. And I went back to school a couple of years ago, and mum was like, you know what, everyone always needs something to fall back on. But yeah, I did a year and then I was like, nah, that was not for me. And then I just carried on doing what I've been doing. So this baby was another realization that I do need to go back to school, and I need to get myself a degree, and I need to get myself a proper career. Yeah, and my mum works hard, you guys. Like, she is a fine example of you can literally have it all and do it all. So is Coco. So yeah, that's it really. On top of everything else that I'm doing, I've also decided to go back to school and get this degree, honey. Like, I want to wear that hat, like, you know, that hat that everyone's wearing and they're like this. So definitely going to, back to school to get myself one of those robes and one of those hats. Hopefully, you know what, I'm not gonna say hopefully, everything that I'm gonna say in this video will come to fruition. I will pass my course next year, I'll be in university, and I'll be out here just trying to do it all, and you know, just hitting them goals and just getting everything right. The reason why I wanted to do this video was to just talk about my just the journey to motherhood, you guys. Like, being pregnant to having a baby, like finding out that you're pregnant to having a baby is a journey. Like, we're talking about my personal feelings and my journey to motherhood and how it's been going and how I've been feeling, the ups, the lows, the downs, the left, the right, the I don't know, just everything. You see this pregnancy journey, but you see the things that I show you, and there are things that happen, you know, behind. There are things that happen in the background that you guys don't even get to know about, or things that you don't necessarily get to see, because they're in the moment things. I want to talk about those in the moment things that happen. Like, there are times when I get emotional, and obviously if I'm crying my eyes out, I'm bawling and I'm being a drama queen, and everyone's like, oh Mercy, don't. I can't really get the camera and like vlog myself like crying my eyes out. Like, that to me is ridiculous. I would like for you guys to see that side of my life, but I don't know, when things happen in the moment and they're real, like, they are just that. There are moments, and you know, you then get over the moments, and then we get back to reality. When I found out I was pregnant now, let me tell you the truth. Like, I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. When I found out I was pregnant, like Coco said, like she thought when she told me I was pregnant, I was gonna jump out the window. And legit, when I found out, I thought I was going to jump out the window. Like this is just not the way my life is meant to be. Like what? Like I was shocked. Like, as many of you were, I was shocked to receive my own news. So let's just get that clear. And it took me a while to actually come to the realization that I was going to be a mom, and I was actually going to have a baby. Now, let's just say this did not happen straight away. There were many conversations had with mom, with Coco, left, right, and center. I remember going through a phase where let's just say I kind of lost my identity to a certain degree, because the Mercy before this was, yeah, I would say I'm gonna quote myself, I was Miss Baby Girl living her best life. I had no real responsibility. The only responsibility I had was to just take care of myself and make sure that I was okay and everyone around me was okay. That's it. Being pregnant, like, gives you a lot of boundaries. Like, some people choose to cross those boundaries, like, each to their own, but being pregnant has a lot of boundaries. I cannot go out to clubs anymore. I can't drink. I can't be out at any time of the night. I just can't decide to be like, okay, it's like 10 o'clock at night, let me just leave my house. Or I need a drink, let me call someone, or Coco, let's do this. Like, I can't do that anymore. And I have an African mother as well, so she believes that, you know, when you're pregnant, it's a time to just stay at home and put your feet up and relax. Like, there's no time to be going out. Like, what do you need to be, what's out there? Like, there's so many things that can happen. And at times I remember just saying to Coco and mom, like, okay, just allow me to go out, I want to go out with everybody else. And, you know, mom was kind of like, no. Hard for me to see everybody going out and everybody doing stuff that I used to do. As you guys know, me and Coco are like a year apart, so if she's going out, usually we'd go out together. Like, we're always left cheek and right cheek. Like, we would just go out together, just us girls chilling. And then when I see her going out with other people now, there were little, like, just little of like, I want to do that, like, I want to go too, like, I'm missing out, and why am I missing out? Like, I don't understand why I can't go. So yeah, I had episodes like that where I'm thinking, I can't do the stuff that I used to do, and I can't do them when I want to do them, because I used to do everything as of when I please, and I can't do it anymore. That's when it all started, guys. Those days I used to be so emotional, and I used to think that nobody understands me, and I used to think that everyone's being unfair. I used to think that everyone's being like overprotective. Everyone just like wasn't listening to how I truly felt, and no one was taking my feelings into consideration. I label this pregnancy as an emotional pregnancy. That's what it's been. My emotions have been high and low, you guys. Like, that was the first time I've ever had to actually, like, sacrifice something that was important to me for the sake of somebody else on a bigger scale, if that makes sense. Like, everything else you can kind of cut corners and kind of find a way around, but there was no cutting corners around this, and there was no way I was gonna find any way to kind of maneuver around what was going on. The fact of the matter is, I couldn't do what I wanted to do anymore, and things had changed, and that is something I had to deal with, and that is something I had to accept. If you're feeling down and low during the first few weeks of your pregnancy, talk to somebody you trust. Like, talk about your feelings, talk to people, just get it all out. It's not good to just bottle things in. And like the first time I went to the baby scan, it was all new. Like, I don't really like hospitals anyway, but it was just weird. We all woke up in the morning. Like, I remember it was a Monday as well, so yeah, we woke up in the morning, everybody got dressed, and we went to the scan. Yeah, it was like the whole family, mom, Coco, Rio. Yeah, we got up, got dressed, went to the scan, and for the first time ever, like, I saw this little girl who we thought was a little boy, by the way. How about that, guys? Isn't it crazy that we thought that this baby was a boy this whole time, but it's a girl? So yeah, the first time I realized that there was actually something going on in there was when we went to our first scan and we saw this little princess. She's an active baby. Like, when you go to see her, like when we go to the scans, like she will give you a show. She will be like, okay, you came here for me, and now let me show you what I can do. At first you could just hear dudum dudum dudum, and that was the baby's heartbeat, and I was like, it was so emotional. No, I didn't cry. It was just like very, like, it was very emotional. I remember at first I went in with my mum because when you go to the hospital, you're only allowed 2 people at the time, but there were 3 people that came with me. So Coco and Rio sat in the reception whilst mum came in with me first, and then they did the first half of the scan. Then they swapped over. Mum went out, and then Coco and Rio came in. So it was just a beautiful moment. Like, it was so beautiful to actually see that there was something going on in there, and you could like see her moving her legs, she was just doing all sorts. She was like scratching, touching her eye, moving her hands, and I was like, oh my god, like there's actually something going on in there. It was like, the first time I went to the scan, I was shocked. I was like, oh my god. It says that this baby is supposed to be the size of an orange, but it was an actual thing. Like, it was a person. It was an actual person, and it was an actual person, you guys. It had arms, legs, eyes, everything, and I was mind blown. Like, I was just like, wow, look at what God can do. Like, so anyways, leaving the place, I was just kind of like, okay, Mercy, like, yeah, you are pregnant. There's something in there. There's something going on. And to sit still, I was kind of oblivious to, I hadn't actually deep, like, you would think that having gone through all these weeks, like, I would have actually finally just accepted the fact that I was having a child, or accepted the fact that there was a baby coming. No, I knew the baby was coming, but it hadn't actually sunk in. And I think the day it sank in, we were sat in the living room. It must have been the day after the scan, or yeah, it must have been the day after the scan. And like I've said to you guys, I've had no responsibilities. So all the money that I would get, or all the money I would have, it would be for myself. Like, it would go on stupid things like delivery, it would go on stupid things like just makeup, just stupid things, taxes. Like, it would just go on things that really aren't important. So I would have, like, let's say £200 today. If you ask me tomorrow, I would have nothing. That is just how I used my money. Like, I was very like irresponsible. For some reason, I just felt like money just dropped out of cheese. I hadn't really like, there are so many things I hadn't thought about that, that came with having a baby, which is the bigger responsibilities other than just carrying the pregnancy. And these times me and mum sat down, and she just said, she sat me down. It was just, we were just chilling, and we were just talking, and she was talking to me about finances and just being responsible with finances, and the money you get to just, the money I would get to just put it aside and save, because yeah, babies need to eat, babies need somewhere to sleep, babies need prams, babies need a lot of things. And I actually hadn't realized how expensive babies can be. And my pregnancy was an unplanned pregnancy. I am a single mother. I don't like saying I'm a single mother, only because I have help. I have so much help, like a lot. Like, I have a baby father in Coco. So yeah, I have a baby father in Coco. My baby has a loving grandmother. So I never ever identify myself as a single parent, but I am going to be a single parent. And this conversation me and mum were having was very important, because she was telling me, Mercy, as much as you're gonna get all this help, you also need to realize that this baby is yours, and you are the mother. And she spoke about how I now needed to start being responsible for things like for my finances. She said every single penny you get, you need to put it to the side. You just can't be out here splurging and splashing like you are part of the Kardashian clan, because you are not. You are going to be a mother in 9 months, and there's a little person coming that is going to not understand if you tell them that you don't have money for this and you can't afford this and you can't do this, and you now need to look into budgeting and just saving. And then she spoke to me about ways that I needed to start budgeting and that she would help me, and I was kind of like, okay kind of thing. And then this conversation made me realize a lot of things. So yeah, I kind of just sat there on my own. I remember she was sat on the other side, I was sat on the other side of the sofa, we were opposite each other, and I took my computer, I put on on Google baby list, and it came up. Like, the list was this long. So as far as mum knew, we were on the same page, and I was agreeing with everything she was saying. But it did kind of now make it kind of sank in a bit that, like, things are gonna have to change. I'm gonna have to be a lot more responsible, and it included finances. Yeah, it included finances. And I sat there and I'm writing this list of what the baby would need, and you'd be looking at this stuff, you'd be looking at things that you want for your baby without actually looking at the price tag. And I didn't even pick, on my list they weren't the important things. I would write, you know, the baby would need bibs, wipes, just the little things that actually weren't important, forgetting that this baby was going to need car seats, this baby was going to need a pram, this baby was going to need somewhere to sleep, this baby was going to need drawers. Like, the important things I actually did not put on this list, but the little things, like, people would say you need bibs, you need this, you need that, you need that, you need this, you need that, you need that. That in itself overwhelmed me. And I remember writing this list that I was getting off Google. It was this long, and I sat there and I was just like to myself, like, I just didn't know what to do with myself. So yeah, mum looks at me now and she's like, Mercy, what's wrong? And I legit started crying. Like, I started crying, guys, and it was like, I think that was the final, like, that was the cathartic moment that I had, that when I actually realized that I was having a baby, was when I wrote this list, and on that list I'd put the least important things that this baby would need. And like, I'd looked at the prices and I'm thinking, how? Like, babies are so expensive, and I'm thinking, but this person is coming and they're going to need all this stuff. Like, it wasn't like, what am I going to do? Because I know, you know, my mum would never let me struggle. But it was one of those things where it's like, okay, like, I kind of made this mess on my own, and now I'm having other people to have to clear it up for me, because yeah, that was the hardest thing. Like, it was so emotional. Like, I cried and I cried and I cried, and I was like, you know, that crying where like you can't breathe and you're just like, I was crying. I was so upset, and mum was like, tell me, why are you crying? Why are you upset? Did I upset you? Me asking you to save money, did that upset you? You don't have to. She even went to the extent of telling me I don't have to if I didn't want to. What was wrong? Like, mum thought at that point that it was her fault that I was crying, and Coco was sat on the other side, and she was like, Mercy, why are you crying? And I just couldn't explain why I was crying, and it went on for about 10 minutes of me just trying to talk and explain to everybody why I was crying, but I just could not explain why I was crying. I was just like I was just so upset, only because I now just realized that this baby was coming, this baby was going to need all of this stuff, this innocent life was coming into the world, and it was good. Like, my child's gonna look at me like, so, like, what we're doing? Like, are we sleeping hungry tonight? Like, what's going on? So yeah, I cried, and I didn't know what to do with myself. And mum was like, Mercy, did I upset you? If I upset you, like, I didn't mean to upset you. You don't have to give me money. Like, you don't have to save. You don't have to do anything. I'm not asking for anything. Just please stop crying. So eventually, about 10 minutes later, I stopped crying and I was thinking to myself, I was like, okay, now it's time to explain why I was crying. So at that point, I remember explaining to mom, and I'm still like, I can't believe that I'm having a baby. Babies are so expensive. I didn't realize that. Like, I just broke down, guys, and that's how I was talking. I just explained to her that, to be honest, this is the first time I realized that this little person is coming. And in my head, it will, you know, it's as simple as saying I'm gonna have a baby, but I hadn't thought of all the other things that came with having that child. And I was sort of feeling like I let myself down, I let everybody down. I was thinking that I put everyone in an awkward situation but you know, like I just cried. Like, I was just really upset, and I deeped the fact that I'm actually having a baby and a lot of things are going to have to change. Before, I was crying about my freedom, but it had actually, now it wasn't crying about, oh, I can't go out anymore. It was now getting to the point where it's getting deeper and it's getting deeper, and I'm thinking, okay, I'm having this baby and this is my child. So, like, what can I do to help myself, kind of thing, if that makes sense. I was now thinking of, what can I do to help myself? What can I do to better myself? Like, I was thinking, like, this is not fair that everyone now had this responsibility of making sure that everything was there and everything was okay. And what really was my contribution to all of this? But, you know, me and mom had a conversation after that, and she said, you don't have to cry. Like, you know, you have support. Like, you're not going to be on your own. You are going to be just fine. She explained to me, like, listen, Mercy, you're not going to be on your own. You are going to have all the help you need. And I could see her on the other side. She was like, I can do everything for you, but the reason I was having this conversation with you was just to make you realize that it's all not just, you know, it's all just not fun and games. Like, this is real and this is happening, and, you know, you need to take some kind of responsibility. Because at that point, I think I was letting everybody else do everything while I sat in the background, only because I just couldn't bring myself to actually be like, okay, I'm going to be a mom, this is happening. And I was just kind of reserved, and she just wanted me. So I want you to be involved in the process. I want you to be having fun. I want you to be enjoying it. I want you to bring your, this is your baby. Like, mom like hardly like is emotional, but like the moment I realized that this baby was coming, and I'd actually deep that this baby was coming, she was sat on the other side of the sofa, and you could see tears in her eyes, and she legit said, my baby just realized that she's having a baby. And that's what happened. I had actually just realized that I was having a baby. It had sunk in, and I had written this list, this stupid list that had made me overwhelm myself, that had made me cry, that had made me so hysterical, that had just broke me down completely. And yeah, that was the day I actually realized that this baby was coming. Also, like, mom said yesterday that I was going through like a nesting phase, and I was kind of like, what's a nesting phase? So I'm like, just trying now. Like, I'm kind of taking control of the things that I can take control of. There's signs that there's going to be a baby in this house. Like, if I go in my room, there's like a Pampers, there's hospital bags, there's just clothes, there's just all sorts. And now I'm just thinking about, now I'm scared. Like, now I'm at that point where I'm I'm scared. Like, I'm really scared about being I'm scared. Yeah, I'm scared about being a mum, you guys. Like, I don't know. Like, I'm thinking, what kind of a mother am I going to be? Am I good enough? Like, all these things just go through your head. Am I ready? Things like that. And I don't know. It's crazy. It's crazy. But yeah, that's where I am at the moment. And I'm thinking, like, I have the best mum in the world, and I have the best support network and relationship. Like, although like we argue and she like tells me about myself all the time, and sometimes like I don't listen, and sometimes I'm just a terror to deal with, I have the best mum in the world. And yeah, I look at her like my superhero. Like, if there's anything I need, if there's anything going on in my life, if there's an emergency, if I don't know something, if I want help with something, if it's 9 in the morning, 6 in the morning, like the 24-hour clock, pick at any time, she is there for me, and she will do everything to make sure that I have everything that I need. And I'm now I'm just thinking, I'm realizing that I'm gonna have to be that for somebody else. And what can I say? Like, it's hard. Like, it's really hard. Like, the journey to motherhood it's not easy. It's not easy, because I don't know, I just don't know what kind of mother I'm going to be. I don't know, like, I don't even know. Like, guys, like, I'm at that point where I'm not asking myself things that I don't even have answers to. I'm now at that point where I'm asking myself things that I don't have answers to, and that makes me upset. That makes me very that makes me very emotional. And I don't know, it's hard because I hold my mom like with the highest regards. Like, she's like the best. Like, she's literally like, in my eyes, she is perfect. Like, she's perfect. And I have this little person coming that's gonna, I don't know, she's gonna be innocent and she knows nothing, and she's gonna be looking at me like, I know everything. Oh, this little person coming. So yeah, I have this little person coming that's gonna be looking at me like I know everything, and I'm the best person in the world, and I'm perfect. And I don't know, sometimes I just feel like I don't know anything at all. But yeah, I feel like I don't know anything at all. That's just where I'm at the moment. Those are the kind of things that I worry about. I'm thinking, okay, like, the baby's coming in a few months, I'm gonna have a baby, I'm going to be someone's mother, and am I good enough? Like, and I know it's not going to be easy. And yeah, that's just how I'm feeling at the moment. Like, I'm now at that moment where I am ready to have this baby and I'm excited for her to come. I can't wait to meet you. I can't wait for you to come, and everyone can't wait to meet you. Everyone can't wait for you to come. And we're just so in love with this little person that we haven't met yet. And I'm now, you know, questioning myself and just looking at myself and thinking about the kind of person I was, the kind of person I am, the kind of person I'm going to be, the kind of person I need to be, and the kind of person that I want to be for my daughter. And I don't know, it's hard. Like, I never want to come on this channel and like just, you know, be upset and just be at the moment with my journey to motherhood. This is where we've come to so far. I want to be the best mom I can be and the best person I can be. And yeah, and I know I can do it. Like, I know I can do it, but I know I can do it. No buts. I know I can do it. The journey is going to be hard. It's not going to be easy. And, you know, I've got the best support in the world. Like, I've got this. Like, I know I've got this. But sometimes, like, when you're a first-time mum, you can't help but worry about these things, and you can't help about thinking about these things, you know. And then there are things that we just say in passing, like me and Coco be like, oh, I wonder what kind of parents we're going to be, like things like that. And now we would say it in a jokey way, but now it's serious. Like, it's, yeah. And I'm not perfect. Like, I may not know much, but I don't know. I guess the little that I know we'll have to do. So yeah, that's just what's been going on with me, guys. Like, that's what's going on with me at the moment, and I'm just preparing myself to be a mum, really. And I just wanted to like just come on this channel. I wanted to be honest, and I just wanted us to have like a heart to heart. But I don't know, just I didn't think that this video would like make me cry, but I'm always crying. Like I've said, I'm an emotional wreck. But yeah, I'm excited for my little princess to come. Everybody's excited for you to come, and yeah, I can't wait for you to come. And like, this journey has been life-changing, and carrying a life is in itself just a magical. Like, I can't even explain. It's like it's beyond my wildest imagination. I've been through things in life, but this by far, this has been the most life-changing experience of my entire life. And it's changing me as a person, and it's making me want to be a better person. And I mean that in all aspects of my life, whether it's, you know, education, financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually, just everything. Like, I just want to be a better person, and I want to be the best parent that I can be. And it's weird that I'm going to be a parent, because like, the way I meet my mom, like, I'm still mommy's little girl. And yeah, mommy's little girl is having a baby, and I'm gonna have my own little girl. So yeah. But anyways, guys, oh, I hope okay, I hope my eyes are not just like looking all like teary-eyed. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, and please do not forget to like, comment down below and subscribe. And yeah, I will catch you guys in my next one. Bye guys.